Welcome to Finance IQ 101. Today, we delve into the vital subject of managing your personal finances effectively. Discover valuable insights on budgeting, saving, investing, and reducing debt. Empower yourself with the knowledge and tools to secure your financial future and achieve your dreams. Let's embark on this journey together. Hit that subscribe button to start with. Managing your personal finances effectively involves two key components: budgeting and financial planning. They work together to help people reach their financial goals, establish financial stability, and build wealth over time. Budgeting is basically making a plan for your money. It's like figuring out how much you'll spend on different things, how much you'll save, and where you might want to invest some of your money. It gives you a good idea of where your money is coming from and where it's going. A budget usually has different categories like housing, utilities, groceries, transportation, debt payments, entertainment, and savings. Budgeting is all about keeping track of your expenses and making sure you don't spend more than you can afford. It helps you stay on top of your finances and avoid overspending. Financial planning, on the other hand, is a more comprehensive process where you set specific financial goals and come up with strategies to reach them. It considers everything about your finances, your income, expenses, assets, debts, and long-term goals. Financial planning is about more than just budgeting. It covers a bunch of different things related to personal finance, like planning for retirement, figuring out how to invest your money, making sure you're prepared for taxes, managing risks, and planning for what happens to your money after you're gone. There's a lot to think about. When you combine budgeting and financial planning, you get a complete way to manage your money and reach your financial goals. Budgeting is super important when it comes to managing your money. It helps you keep track of your spending, save up some cash, and even invest for the future. It's like the building blocks of your financial plan. It's great because it lets people decide where their money goes based on what matters most to them. Plus, it helps them stay on track with their finances. Financial planning, on the other hand, looks at the big picture and helps people reach their long-term financial goals. Financial planning is really helpful because it looks at your income, expenses, and savings to figure out where you can do better. It helps you set realistic goals and come up with a plan to actually achieve them. It also takes into account different financial tools and investment options to help you grow your wealth and build financial security. The benefits of budgeting and financial planning are numerous. They enable individuals to, first, achieve financial goals. Achieving financial goals is totally doable when you make budgeting and financial planning a part of your money management. If you want to be more intentional with your money, it's important to set clear goals and make sure your budget reflects those objectives. This way, you can have a structured and purposeful approach to managing your finances. Budgeting is basically about looking at how much money you make, how much you spend, and any financial responsibilities you have. It helps you figure out where you can save more money and make smart choices about how you spend it. This process makes sure that your money goes towards things you really want, like buying a house, saving for education, or getting ready for retirement. Financial planning is like the big brother of budgeting. It looks at the bigger picture of your finances and helps you make smart decisions. It takes into account things like how much your income is growing, the strategies you use for investing, how comfortable you are with taking risks, how you plan for taxes, and how you divide up your assets. This analysis is really helpful because it helps us create a personalized plan to reach our long-term financial goals. Let's say someone wants to buy a house in the next 5 years. Budgeting helps you set aside money for the down payment while also taking care of your other financial responsibilities. Financial planning can really help you out when it comes to making the most of your investments and growing your down payment fund. It'll also help you figure out how much you can afford to spend on housing and explore different mortgage options. So it's definitely worth considering. It's important to regularly review and update your budgeting and financial plans so they can stay relevant and adaptable to any changes that come up. When people combine the day-to-day management of their money with long-term financial planning, they can make progress towards their financial goals. Whether it's buying a house, paying for education, or retiring comfortably, this approach helps individuals work towards their desired financial future. Second, build wealth. Building wealth is all about budgeting. It's a key factor in achieving long-term financial success. If you make it a habit to save and invest your money wisely, you can gradually build wealth and improve your financial situation in the long run. Budgeting is super important because it helps us spend our money wisely and save up for the future. It's all about making our money work for us. When it comes to budgeting, people make it a priority to save a portion of their income every month. You can use these savings for different financial goals like setting up an emergency fund, saving for a down payment on a house, funding your child's education, or getting ready for retirement. When people keep putting money into these savings goals regularly, it helps them build up a financial cushion and sets them up for future wealth-building opportunities. Also, when it comes to budgeting, you can use it to make sure you're putting your money towards investments. Investments can help you grow your wealth in different ways, like investing in stocks, bonds, real estate, or mutual funds. Budgeting is super important because it helps you set aside some of your income for investing. This way, you can take advantage of compound interest and the growth of the market. It's a smart move to make your money work for you. Having a well-structured budget is great because it helps you avoid wasting money and allows you to put more towards your long-term financial goals. Budgeting helps you develop financial discipline and the ability to make smart choices that prioritize your financial growth. It's all about understanding the difference between what you need and what you want. Over time, if you save money consistently and make smart investments, you can actually accumulate a lot of wealth. It's pretty cool how it all adds up. When you save and invest your money, something really cool happens called compounding. It's like a snowball effect where your earnings start making even more earnings. This can really speed up the growth of your wealth. Budgeting is great because it helps you keep track of your money and see how you're doing financially. Keeping track of your savings and investment growth is super important to make sure you're staying on track with your goals of building wealth. If needed, we can make changes to the budget to fit any changes in our financial situation or goals. Building wealth takes time and effort. You have to stay committed, be disciplined, and have patience along the way. Budgeting is like the backbone of this whole process. It helps make sure that money is divided up in a way that helps us grow financially and be prosperous in the long run. If you make budgeting a part of your financial strategy, you'll be on track to reach your goals of building wealth and having a more stable and abundant future. Third, reduce financial stress. One way to reduce financial stress is by creating and sticking to a budget and financial plan. It can really make a difference and help improve your overall well-being. Many people deal with financial stress, which comes from worrying about money, paying bills, and reaching financial goals. It's a common issue that a lot of individuals face. When you create a budget and financial plan, it helps you take charge of your money and feel more confident about your finances. This can lower your stress levels and make you feel better mentally and emotionally. Having a budget is great because it helps you see your financial situation more clearly. It lays out your income, expenses, and savings in a straightforward way. It helps you keep track of your money and figure out where you can make changes to improve your finances. If you keep an eye on your spending and make sure you're not spending more than you can afford, you can steer clear of getting into financial trouble. It's a pretty common thing that causes a lot of stress, so it's good to avoid it if you can. Oh, definitely. A budget is like a helpful tool that guides us in making decisions about how we spend and save our money. It gives us a framework to make conscious choices. This actually helps people figure out what they want to do with their money and how to make it happen. It makes things less confusing and stressful when it comes to making financial choices. Financial planning can actually help reduce stress by looking at all aspects of your financial life. It takes a holistic approach to make sure everything is covered. So basically, financial planning is all about setting goals for your money. These goals can be short-term, like saving up for a vacation, or long-term, like planning for retirement. Once you have your goals in mind, you can come up with a plan to make them happen. Having a clear plan in place is super important because it gives you a roadmap to follow and helps you stay on track with your financial journey. It's like having a sense of direction and knowing where you're headed. Also, when it comes to financial planning, we take into account possible challenges and risks that might come up, like losing your job or unexpected expenses. This way, we can help you be prepared for those situations. Taking a proactive approach to risk management can really help ease any worries or anxiety you might have about potential financial hardships. Having a budget and financial plan is great because it helps you save up for unexpected expenses. It's like having a safety net for those times when things don't go as planned. Having some financial reserves to rely on during tough times can really help ease your worries and stress. Also, when you feel like you have control over your finances, it can really make a difference in how you feel mentally and emotionally. When people have less financial stress, they can put their energy into other important parts of their lives. This helps them build stronger relationships, be more productive at work, and enjoy a better overall quality of life. It's important to regularly review and adjust your budget and financial plan as things change. This way, you can stay on track and feel in control of your financial future. When you achieve your financial goals and make progress, it feels great and boosts your well-being and confidence in making financial decisions. Fourth, make informed financial decisions. When you budget and plan your finances, you're able to make smart decisions about your money that fit your specific situation and goals. These practices help you manage your money in a structured and systematic way. They make it easier for you to make financial decisions with clarity and confidence. Budgeting is really important because it helps you make smart decisions by giving you a clear picture of how much money you're bringing in and how much you're spending. It's like a solid foundation that helps you stay on top of your finances. When people keep track of their spending patterns, they can learn a lot about their financial habits and figure out where they might need to make some changes. This knowledge helps people make smart choices about how they spend their money. They can tell the difference between what they really need and what they just want, and they can focus on their most important financial goals. Financial planning is all about taking a big picture view of your finances and looking ahead to the future. It involves considering different aspects of your financial life. So basically, you start by figuring out what you want to achieve financially, like retiring comfortably, paying for education, or buying a home. Then you come up with a plan to make those goals happen. Financial planners are experts who look at things like how much money you make, how much you spend, what you own, what you owe, how much risk you're comfortable with, and how long you have to reach your goals. They use all this information to create a plan that's just for you and your financial journey. When it comes to making smart financial decisions, it's important to think about different investment options and strategies for allocating your assets. This will help you make more informed choices. Financial planning is super important because it helps you figure out the risks and rewards of different investments. This way, you can make smart choices that match your comfort level with risk and your long-term goals. It's all about being informed and making the best decisions for yourself. Oh, and don't forget about taxes. When you're budgeting and planning your finances, it's important to consider how taxes will come into play and think about ways to optimize your situation. If you understand how taxes can affect your financial decisions, you can make choices that will help you keep more of your income and avoid paying unnecessary taxes. It's all about maximizing your after-tax income and protecting your wealth. Also, budgeting and financial planning remind us to think about possible life events and unexpected situations. So basically, what you need to do is set up some emergency funds for those unexpected expenses that come up out of nowhere. It's also important to make sure you have the right insurance coverage to protect yourself from life's uncertainties. It's important to regularly review and update your budget and financial plan to make sure your decisions stay in line with any changes in circumstances. And fifth, adapt to life changes. This is all about adapting to life changes. Budgeting and financial planning are super flexible and can be adjusted to fit your evolving financial situation. They're like your trusty sidekicks that help you respond effectively to any curveballs life throws your way. So no matter what changes come your way, you'll be ready to tackle them head on. You know, life can be so unpredictable. There are all sorts of things that can happen and throw our finances for a loop, like changes in income, unexpected expenses, career changes, or even new financial goals. It's crazy how much can impact our financial situation, right? You can actually make adjustments and refine both budgeting and financial planning to adapt to these changes and keep making progress towards your financial well-being. Budgeting is super helpful when your income changes, like if you get a promotion, lose your job, or get a raise. It helps you figure out what's important and make any necessary adjustments to your finances. You can totally shift your funds around to match your new income and make sure you're still living comfortably. If your income goes down, budgeting can be really helpful in figuring out where you can cut back on expenses to stay financially stable when money is tight. Yeah, unexpected expenses can really catch us off guard sometimes. That's why it's important to have a budget in place. It helps us figure out if we can handle those surprise costs without too much stress. If they need to, they can use their emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses without messing up their long-term financial goals. It's an important part of budgeting. Financial planning can easily adapt to any changes that happen in your life. If you have a new financial goal, like starting a business, funding your child's education, or moving to a new place, you can adjust your financial planning to include these objectives. Sure, if you have some new goals in mind, a financial advisor can be really helpful in figuring out how they'll affect your overall financial plan. They can guide you on what adjustments you might need to make in order to successfully achieve those goals. Also, when it comes to financial planning, we take into account important moments in life like getting married, starting a family, or even planning for retirement. It considers how our financial needs and priorities change as we go through different stages of life and helps us plan accordingly. Yeah, life changes can definitely have an impact on how we approach our investments. As you get closer to retirement, or if your risk tolerance changes, financial planning can suggest making changes to your investment portfolio so that it better matches your changing needs and goals. Both budgeting and financial planning are flexible, which means you can regularly review and update them. If you regularly check your budget and financial plan, you can make sure they stay useful and help you make smart financial choices. Sixth, maintain financial discipline. Keep your finances in check. One of the important results of having a budget is being able to maintain financial discipline. Budgeting is really great because it helps you manage your money responsibly and stay on track with your financial goals. It's like a powerful tool that gives you control over your finances. When you make budgeting a priority and cut back on unnecessary spending, it helps you develop good financial habits. This can lead to more stability and prosperity in the long run. To start budgeting, you'll want to create a detailed plan that covers all the important stuff. This means figuring out where your money is coming from, like your income sources. Then you'll want to list out your fixed expenses, like bills that stay the same each month. Don't forget about those variable expenses too, like groceries or entertainment. And of course, it's always smart to set some savings goals too. So get that plan in place and you'll be on your way to budgeting like a pro. When you set aside a certain amount of your income for savings right from the start, you're making a commitment to create a financial safety net and establish good money habits. The budget is like a financial roadmap, showing us exactly where our money should go. This clarity helps people distinguish between what they need and what they want, so they can make smart spending choices based on their financial priorities. So basically, when you're mindful about your purchases and think twice before buying something, you're less likely to overspend and end up in debt. To really stay on top of your finances, it's important to keep track of your expenses and regularly compare them to your budgeted amounts. This helps you maintain good financial discipline. This practice helps people stay accountable for their spending and find areas where they can make improvements. If you happen to go over your budget, it's important to have good financial discipline so you can quickly realize the need for changes and make adjustments accordingly. When you prioritize savings in your budget, you're basically making sure to pay yourself first. It's a great habit to develop. When you put some money aside for savings and investments before spending on fun stuff, you're laying the groundwork for growing your wealth and making sure your financial future is secure. Consistently saving money is a great way to help your savings accounts, investments, and retirement funds grow over time. Being financially disciplined means resisting the temptation to let lifestyle inflation take over. When you start making more money, it's natural to feel tempted to spend more on things that aren't really necessary. But you know, budgeting is really great because it helps us stay focused on our financial goals. and not give in to the temptation of spending more as our lifestyle improves. It's all about making sure we don't let our savings potential slip away. Also, it's important to note that being financially disciplined is a really useful skill that goes beyond just budgeting. Budgeting helps you develop self-control and responsible financial habits that can be applied to other areas of your financial life. This includes managing your credit cards wisely, avoiding getting into too much debt, and making informed decisions about your finances. I just wanted to give you a friendly reminder to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. It would be awesome to have you as a subscriber. That way, you'll never have to worry about missing out on any life-changing updates.